Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Joe Louis Arena. It's the site of the 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp game, and we're looking forward to all the action here on this Friday afternoon. Joining me with the broadcast is Eric Freine, great PR and sales guy, and also our PA announcer at Joe Louis Arena. Eric, good to have you here for the Fantasy Camp.
Special occasion here, Ken. Thanks for having me. We got the old Olympia Ice at center here put in for one final go at the Joe, kind of the end of an era here, but the guys here from the 2017 Fantasy Camp are all fighting to see who can get that last goal here at Joe Louis Arena.
And what's amazing about this camp is that there are a lot of return campers from years gone by. In fact, we have two players that have played 5 times in this fantasy camp. Jalowski is one of them. And the other one is Chris Dodinas.
Yes, the self-appointed captain of Team White. Chris is with us for the 5th consecutive season. Obviously, we know it must be a great program if everybody wants to come back for more. Phil Pierce and everybody over in the fan development department have a wait list going for this camp. So obviously a pretty special occasion for those who are fortunate enough to have 2 or 3 days here at Joe Louis Arena.
Well, we're ready to go here. It'll be 3 periods of 15 minutes in length with stop time. So we're ready to go at center ice. As the puck is dropped, Maltby chopped it out to the blue line, and Jaworski from Team Red will play it out to center ice.
And for those listening at home, all of you, we've got 3 15-minute stop time periods scheduled for this afternoon's championship game. Bit of a change in format to extend the ice time for the guys here at the Fantasy Camp. It used to be 2 20-minute periods. Now they've extended it out to 3 15s. And I think the alumni appreciate it as well, because once you get out there and the juices get flowing, you want to put the biscuit in.
Well, Vague lost the puck now at center ice. Picking it up, that's Van Uden. This is his 3rd camp. He'll take it into the corner in the Team White zone. Circle the net, send it out in front. And it comes back to the blue line. McPhail moves in, left face-off circle with a shot. That's partially deflected by Andre Emerson of Team White along the boards. Well, last year it was a tightly contested game. And we're looking for the same here today.
2 very evenly matched teams, including the celebrity alumni that are joining them. For Team White, of course, we've got 4-time Stanley Cup champions Darren McCarty and Kirk Maltby, and multiple Stanley Cup winners Matthew Dandino and Anders Eriksson for Team Red. So it should be a great matchup all afternoon.
Kaczynski is wearing the GoPro on his helmet. He just took a slap shot wide of the goal.
Looking forward to the footage of that one.
Now turning with it out at center ice, that is Andrea, and he'll flip the puck to the side of the goal. McPhail will pick it up for Team Red as he is chased down by Kerry Dean. He worked it out to the blue line, and now it's tapped forward. Picot swings it ahead. Good pass to the Derm vet. He's wearing number 13. That's Bloom is his real name, but he's wearing the name of Derm Doc. I understand that he does not have any fleas.
Stick around, folks. Humor just like that coming your way all afternoon.
No score first period. We're 2 minutes in. Interesting, Eric. We have campers from all over the United States and Canada. Far reaches of Hawaii. That's where Zeev resides. He's one of the goaltenders.
I tell you, it's unbelievable every year the submissions that they get from these fantasy campers and those trying to add to the waiting list from all over, really the world, but especially throughout North America. Shows the far reaches of the Red Wings fan base, and of course an opportunity to skate in an NHL arena and hang out with some alumni and some Stanley Cup champs. Obviously a pretty special occasion for sure.
Nicholson moving in with a backhand right through the goal mouth, and that was wide of the goal. Good cover by the goaltender Scott Zeiser.
Nicholson went in untouched there. The White team's gonna have to shore up the D if they want to keep this a scoreless game.
Look out, Team White moving in now. Here's a chance, a shot taken right there by Halisti, and what a good save by the goaltender Bob Zalabak.
One of the 2 number 27s on Team White went right in. Halisti had a great opportunity there early on.
Now the Team Red comes back down the ice, unable to handle the pass was Wharton, and the puck comes out to center ice. Wharton is wearing Vollmer on his back, and that's because that's his boss's name. His boss and the company he works with is supposed to be here, but could not make it, so he's taking his place.
Always smart to put the boss's name on the jersey. Give him the credit. Good idea.
You got to score a couple goals. That would really make him happy.
Absolutely.
Here's Collins with a long shot, and the save was made with a stick of Bob Zalabak. Zalabak hails from Illinois. He is in the college admissions. That's his occupation.
Potential odd man rush up the other side here, but the White team gets back nicely. Dodinas back checking very well to keep it 3-on-3.
He's wearing the C on his sweater in case you're wondering why, and he says that's because he's been here 5 years. He says he's the captain, but I just thought it was because his first name is Chris.
Would have made things a lot easier had he just said that. But I guess if you're the only one who's been here all 5 years on your team, you have majority say in the locker room. So he's decided to make himself the captain, and let's see if he lives up to the billing.
Here's McPhail now moving into the left face-off circle for Team Red. He threw it blindly to the blue line, broken up. Out to center ice, Dandino is back checking hard. And now with a nice move right out in front is Dedinus, and Zalabak came up with a save.
Great save early from Zalabak to keep it scoreless. Dedinus went right in. Dandino must have been at the end of his long shift there, decided to take it easy and stride the last few minutes there.
You mentioned the pros that are playing in the game this afternoon, Eric. One of the pros not playing is former Red Wing defenseman Larry Murphy. He came down with poison ivy, he can barely see. Kind of looks like Jake LaMotta with those puffed eyes, but he could not make it today.
You've already given up too much information. I thought it was just an upper body injury.
It's not the playoffs yet.
Oh, it's still early. Understood.
No score here in the first period, 10:35 to go. Maltby circles the net, laid it back for Vague. He's got an opening, got the shot away, and a pad save from Zalabak. Zalabak's been a busy goaltender.
I think Marson got a stick on that when the puck came through the slot there. Nice breakup for Jake Marson, also longtime veteran of the fantasy camp.
Vague along the left wing boards, holds it in. Team White threatening. Maltby slides it back in the left point. Phil Pierce had it knocked
Look
away,
out.
and here's a breakaway. Pierce is coming in. He moves in. He shoots. Oh, what a great save by the goaltender.
Check out the 11 o'clock news for that replay, folks. I think Justin Rose and the boys at Channel 7 Action News are going to have something to say about that great save early on.
Zeiser with the acrobatic save in the goal crease.
10:04 left in the opening period. If you're wondering, it is stop time, but we haven't had any whistles. The referee today, Andrew Kristoff, is pretty liberal with the whistles. He likes to let them play a little bit and muck it up in the corners.
Beautiful save moments ago by Zeiser and keeps the game scoreless. 10 minutes to go here in the opening period.
Pierce is going to rue the day he missed that wide open breakaway, but a tremendous save. You got to tip your cap there. I thought Pierce was going to go slot and just got caught up and made one too many moves.
A hard work along the near boards. Chris Dedinus with a little shove. Now Team White trying to pick it up, and it's moved out to center ice. And a little interference off the bench there. Otherwise, it would have been a break for Team White. Here they come.
He's got
Vague
one
moves
anyway.
in. Vague right out in front of the goal, shoots. And the goaltender comes up with a save. That is Zalabak. He's already stopped about 5 shots here in the early going.
A lot of early rubber coming his way, but he's up to the challenge so far. Shots on goal got to be somewhere in the 5-3 area in favor of Team White, but both goalies up to the challenge early on.
Well, Zeiser, the goaltender who made the save on Pierce, he's from Macomb Township, Michigan. He's a software engineer. He says he likes the old Chicago Stadium. What a great venue that was.
Absolutely. A lot of the original 6 old barns have a ton of history naturally, but many people around North American hockey seem to go back to the Olympia Stadium and Chicago Stadium. Absolutely.
Says one of the ultimate goals for him would be to meet Mike Rowe. He's the guy that hosts Dirty Jobs.
Dirty Jobs guy. Now, and the commercials, I think, for Ford trucks, right?
Team Red trying to move out in front. Here's a chance and a shot off the stick of Zeiser trying to score right there. Team Red.
Looked like that was Chad Brooks with the opportunity just over the crossbar.
They barely onside as the puck goes into the corner and it's swung around the boards by Nicholson. To the blue line it comes, out to center ice, and Eric Davis in front of his own bench. Having some problems with it. Backhands it up across the Team Red line and coming back after it to play it, that is Jaworski. Out to center ice. No score first period. McCarty with a dipsy-do, got a wrist shot away, and that one kicked away by the goaltender Zalabak.
Trying to recreate some of that Game 4 '97 magic here at the Joe. McCarty with a little dangle, but couldn't finish it off.
This being the last game at the Joe, McCarty said he wants to score here. After the ice is taken out, no more.
I think in the record books, Riley Shahan is credited with the final goal, but we'll all know that it was Darren McCarty if he got it in. He'll tell everyone if you ask.
If you don't believe him, just ask him. Here's Frazier, no score first period, worked it up the left side out to center ice. Making his way in, up across the line with a shot is the Caitlin McLean, who works here at Joe Louis Arena. Does a great job with the fantasy campers.
Did a great job of staying on side there as well. They had an odd man rush, and she held up at the blue line to make sure the play could continue.
Puck is played around the boards by Turcotte, not out. Frazier holds it in, moves in with a shot, kick pad saved by the goaltender. Rebound chance, scores! Rob Hammond fired it in on the rebound to give Team White a 1-0 lead.
With 7:37 left in the opening period, Team White is on the board. It is 1-0 in period one, as Hammond gets credit for the first goal in the final game here at Joe Louis Arena for the Fantasy Camp.
And that was after the goaltender, Zalabak, making some good saves. So Hammond gets the goal. He's a teacher, says Slapshot's his favorite movie. And what I like about him is he says he can't go more than 2 days without a beer.
Well, good news. There's plenty of that flowing here, thanks to our friends at Labatt.
So Team White with a 1-0 lead, and they will bring it ahead. Now a giveaway, Maltby with a feed in front, pass across, a shot. What a great save by Zalabak.
But the rebound.
But the rebound goes in, and Team White takes a 2-0 lead.
McLean, good awareness on the rebound there. She had a great setup on the first attempt at the net, but when the AHL rebound came trickling out, she found the back of the net. Zalabak did all he could, but he's kind of a one-man show back there right now. Team Red might want to huddle up and talk defensive strategies here, as it's already 2-0.
2 goals, 12 seconds apart for Team White, and they've got the lead. I would say, Eric, that Team White's been dominating here in the first period.
The ice seems to have tilted their direction, absolutely, and similar to all those years here at Joe Louis Arena, the team in the home whites, as it used to be, seems to be taking charge early on.
Here's a slap shot right out in front trying to redirect Don Mitchell. That was Wharton who fired the shot. The puck goes into the corner. Kaczynski plays it nicely around the far boards. Now an outlet pass to McCarty up the left side, out to center to Vague, trying to bust through the defense. Vague moving in, Dandino trying to lift the puck away. He does, but Vague got a shot away low to the ice, wide of the right goalpost. Joint picks it up. He's smoking here in the first. Played it back on the line to Dandino. Now Dandino settles it down for Team Red. Lifts it out to across to McPhail, who backhands it up the wall. Joint clipped on the play, and it comes back across the line.
Receiving official word from the NHL scorers table, Ken, that the scoring line on the first goal would read Rob Hammond with the primary assist to Steve Frazier and the secondary to Zach Wood. And just 12 seconds later, Caitlin McLean gets the 2-0 lead for Team White, assisted by Stanley Cup champion Kurt Maltby and number 33, Andre Emerson.
Here's Joint with a second opportunity. He scores. He lit it up and fired it in, and that was the good goal for Team Red, who Joint puts him on the board. It's now 2-1.
A much-needed goal by Team Red, as they are now back down to a 1-goal deficit. Just a minute and 8 seconds to be exact, after Team White takes the 2-0 lead. We've got a hockey game again here, folks.
I was just mentioning that Joint is all fired up, and he scores the first goal for Team Red.
Looks like the assist, one and only, goes to Anders Eriksson on the play.
So we anticipated a low-scoring affair, but we've got 3 goals here in the first period and a 2-1 Team White lead.
Now they got their legs behind them a little bit, and the net seems to be growing in size with these guys' eyes here, and it looks like they're going to try their best to get this to a high-scoring affair, a little bit of a shootout for the final game here at the Joe.
Joint said his ultimate goal in life was to meet Mickey Redmond. He'd like to do that, but Mick's not here today. Now look out, here's Olsen with a chance on a quick backhand right out in front, and Zeiser came up with a save.
Some early big saves so far from Zeiser and Zalabak, respectively. I believe we have 2 goaltenders for each team, so most likely they'll be splitting time right down the middle. They're making most of their opportunities here early on.
Eric, that last chance by Olsen, he's actually a deck officer on Great Lakes freighters. Sometimes he spends 90 to 100 days at sea, and pretty interesting job as a deck officer.
I would imagine there'd be no shortage of stories to tell right there in that line of work.
Told him they were going to play the Edmund Fitzgerald theme song when he came out onto the ice. He just left. He's a legend that lives down from the Chippewa on down as the puck comes down the ice into the Team White zone.
Well played, Ken. Keep going. You're doing great.
Here's Frazier, Steve Frazier. He's got his grandson here, Leo. And he says this is the first time his grandson's watching him play, so that's cool.
That's an extra special moment. I got a good crowd of supporters here watching Team Red and Team White, family and friends coming down to check out the end of the fantasy camp. It's been a great 3-day experience for all these campers, but the culmination here in the final game, they get to don the red and white and the wing wheel and have a great go here at Joe Louis Arena.
Frazier gave it away.
Great
moving in, Nicholson with a backhand, and a beautiful pad save by Scott Zeiser, the goaltender. Team Red trying to tie it up right there. Red, Jaworski swings it across. Nicholson with a wrist shot, jumping up on his tiptoes to knock it away. Is Zeiser again. Now the puck is picked up by Team White. Paul Bloom up the right side. Hammond, who scored first, moves it out in front of the goal. And Wood had his stick lifted at the last second, didn't get the shot away.
Tremendous awareness by McPhail there to lift the stick up in the air just before the shot goes in.
2-1 lead for Team White, 4:05 to play here in the opening period. Hammond, McLean scoring for Team White, joint for Team Red. McPhail trying to send it out in front of the goal. Kaczynski will intercept, spin in the corner, bring it ahead, flip it out to Caitlin McLean, off her stick, and Nicholson bats it off the boards and in behind the Team White zone.
Just under 4 minutes left in the opening period. I think the key, Coach Jim Bedard for Team White has said short shifts are going to be important as we get the guys up and down the ice quickly, keep their legs fresh for the second and third period.
These campers came in on Wednesday and went through a couple of grueling practices in preparation for this game.
Work hard and play hard as Maltby leads a breakaway.
Maltby moving in, he shoots! Oh, and the goaltender looked behind him but made the glove save. That was a beautiful save right there by Zalabak, as Maltby was robbed on the play.
His favorite movie listed here, Ken, is The Natural, and I think he looks very comfortable. But in between the pipes, he's a natural himself.
Absolutely. He's made some big saves. Says his favorite goaltenders were Tim Shovelday and Mike Vernon.
And I noticed at the other end, the favorite goaltenders for Zeiser is Chris Osgood, and he's modeled his helmet after him.
Maltby with a quick snapshot, and he scores to give Team White a 3-1 lead. He shot that one from just inside the rim of the left face-off circle to the right of Zalabak.
A big answer back from Kirk Maltby, as now it is back to a 3-1 lead for Team White, just after the red team had cut the deficit to 1. Some accusations of selfishness from Team Red as Maltby refuses to pass the puck, and yet lines up at center ice for yet another faceoff.
Surprised he doesn't have Hog written on the back of his sweater. Of course, he was a member of the Grind Line. McCarty is here. The only one missing is Chris Draper.
From the scorer's table, the assists on the Maltby goal go to Andre Emerson and Rick Halisti. Maltby with 2 points early on.
Halisti was a play-by-play announcer back in the day, actually for the University of Michigan in the mid-'70s over at Yost Ice Arena.
You should have mic'd him up for this, Ken. He could have done a little broadcasting from down at ice level.
Should have. That's a good thought right there.
Have to bring him back one more year to do that.
Said his first game was at Olympia back in the mid-'60s. He actually saw the Red Wings beat Boston 5-3. 3-1, Team White. Dean up across the line, moves in down the middle with a shot and a blocker save made by the goaltender Zalabak.
Dean fired off a nice wrister there as he went through the slot, but good awareness again by Zalabak to keep his eye on the puck and keep it a 2-goal game.
And freezing at Zalabak, right on the doorstep, was Kirk Andrea. So we got a whistle and the face-off coming up, circle to the left of the Team Red goaltender Zalabak.
Wholesale changes for both Team Red and Team White here as the Dynas hops over the boards, as does Steve Frazier for Team White. Looks like back for Team Red, we've got John Olson, number 23, checking back into the game, as it looks like Matthew Dandino is ready to take the face-off.
McPhail is also out there for Team Red. Face-offs are important. This is one of the things that they've been working on all week. Kind of hard to do when you've been drinking beer the night before.
See 2 pucks down there on the ice.
I thought it was 3. You go for the one in the middle.
That's right, that makes more sense. And I misspoke, that was Carl Van Uden taking the face-off. 2 number 11s, and they play so similar, Dandino and Van Uden, that I made the mistake. Apologies to those at home.
Minute 57 to go, first period. Glad you're in tune to the 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp game. Along with Eric Freine, I'm Ken Cal. Puck is shot down the ice, will not go far enough for the icing. McPhail after the puck. The Dynas in there, bumping along into the corner. Good battle. Who's going to come away with the puck? McPhail working hard, using that big body. The Dynas trying to chip it away. He centered it, and Van Uden will intercept, cut in front of Zalabak, and now work it ahead.
Anders Eriksson leads the break the other way.
The big Swede will bring it up across the line, past Olsen, left circle moving in. Olsen does not get the shot away, circles the net. Frazier in pursuit. Olsen after it along the left circle, bangs it back in behind the goal. Nobody there. Frazier comes away with it for Team White. Frazier taps it out to center. The pass missed Dean. All the way down the ice it goes. Icing is the call against Team White.
1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the opening period as the faceoff goes down to the offensive zone for Team Red, looking to get one more goal here to bring themselves back within a single as we head to the intermission break.
We had a little bit of a casualty on the first day of camp as Joe Murphy on Team Red, he actually was tripped up and he hit his chin on the ice and he was a little bit concussed. There was a question of whether he was going to play in the game today, but he toughed it out. He's got a big bruise on the bottom of his jaw, but he's in there today.
I understand he received clearance after going into the quiet room. Everybody said he checked out, passed all tests, so we're happy to have him back on the ice.
I think his teammate, Kevin Joint, helped him out a little bit in that quiet room.
Very medicinal, I understand.
Here's a shot and Joint scores!
He lights it up one more time.
His second goal of the game. Second here in the first period, and Joint makes it a 1-goal game. It's Team White 3 and Team Red 2.
White 3, Joint 2 so far with 41 seconds left in the opening period. 2 big goals from number 8 to keep this a competitive game so far.
So we've got 5 goals here in the opening period.
Assist to Anders Eriksson and Phil Pierce on the goal.
Team Red will slow it down. Anders Eriksson picking it up, lays it out to center ice to Pierce. Half a minute to go in the first period. Pierce drops it back to the trailer. Feed pass into the right circle. Davis going after the puck in the corner. Davis gave it away to Turcotte, and Turcotte laid it up the left side for Hammond. Hammond who opened the scoring, lost the puck. Davis trying to work it 3. Gudzinski now sliding along the ice, blocked it into the corner. Pierce has it for Team Red. Moves it in front. Eriksson now to Joint, looking for the hat trick, and he looks up at the clock. 3 seconds to go. Turns and fires off the stick of Gudzinski, and there goes the horn. And the first period comes to a close with Team White out in front of Team Red 3-2.
You know, I think Team Red's not happy to see the Zamboni come out. They were on a roll, had some momentum the last couple of minutes of the period. Joint flying around everywhere. Great puck movement the last couple of minutes of period 1. Competitive hockey once again. 3-2 Team White after 1.
Well, Hammond, McLean, and Maltby the goal scorers for Team White. Joint with a pair of goals for Team Red here in the first intermission. This is the 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp game. We'll be back with second period action in a moment. Ben Kell and Eric Franny back with you at Joe Louis Arena. The final time the ice will be in, and we have the annual 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp game. And it's Team White 3 and Team Red 2 after 20 minutes of play.
Fresh ice and fresh legs. We're ready to go for this drop of the puck here for the second period. 3-2 Team White. A game of runs so far. Team White had the first 2 goals, make it 2-0. Starting us off was Rob Hammond with the first goal. Caitlin McLean followed up just 12 seconds later. A good answer from Team Red and Kevin Joint to make it 2-1 with 6:17 to go in the first period. Kirk Maltby had enough of that and decided to make it a 3-1 game with the third Team White goal with about 3 minutes to go and less than a minute to play in opening period. Another answer from Kevin Joint, his second of the game. And that's where we stand right now at 3-2 Team White as we drop the puck for period 2.
So the puck is played up the left side. We got 2 new goaltenders in. Les Zeev in his third camp.
Bob Zalabak looks like he's back for a second period here. They might be splitting up truly 50-50 time. They may be going split third period on the Team White. We'll see how the game plays out, I suppose.
No, goaltenders are the same, my mistake. There's Paquette in the slot with a shot, and that one wide of the goal. That's how Brian had cut that.
We'll edit that in post.
Here's Nicholson on a 2-on-1. Right face-off circle moving in, and Dinas knocked him off the puck, following up on the play. Nicholson with a drive, and that one off the glass, wide of the goal.
Fierce competition out there, but they've still kept it respectable along the boards there. Pierce got tied up along the corner there, and nobody made him pay for it.
Out to center, Dinas moves in with a slap shot, and that's off the stick of Zalabak, the goaltender. Puck played out to center ice. Here's Pierce down the left wing. Carries over the line, 3-on-2. Left circle with a shot, and that one knocked away with the goal stick of Zeiser.
Great work from Jamie Nicholson to stay on side there. He was well out in front of Pierce and held up just enough to keep it an active puck.
Here's Dinas trying to go coast to coast like buttered toast. Moves into the left circle, tried to center it out in front. A good defensive play by the defenseman Turcotte to knock the puck away.
A deflection right in front of the crease and a quick awareness from Bob Zalabak to jump on it and ice the puck before it ricocheted back into the net.
Actually, Jaworski made a nice poke check as the face-off comes down the ice, circle to the right of the goaltender Bob Zalabak.
Let's see what intermission adjustments our coaches made here, as I think Team White's got to be overall happy with their performance, but they let the foot off the gas a little bit toward the end of the period, and Team Red carried the play the final 2 or 3 minutes to make it a one-goal game.
Well, McPhail's out there. He hails from Detroit. He's a software developer. Favorite movie, and one of my favorites too during Christmas time, A Wonderful Life.
Something you can watch all year long, but extra special around the holidays. Absolutely.
I'm sure he's having a wonderful life right here playing in this fantasy camp game.
How could you not? 3 great days of hockey and fun. As you mentioned, Ken, they had some great grueling practices, but also had a great time. Went to see the Detroit Tigers play when they got here, as we've got a tie game.
McPhail with the drive, and he scores to tie the game at 3.
Great one-timer from McPhail to tie it up. Puck was in the back of the net before I could finish the sentence. Tremendous puck velocity there for number 31, Joe McPhail. Looks like Matthew Dandino on the assist there. Great setup, and the secondary assist goes to Daniel Turcotte, number 5.
Well, McPhail told me before the game he does like to drink a Tim Hortons coffee before he plays.
Probably many youth and beer leaguers alike across North America visit Tim Hortons before or after their hockey games.
I like their maple frosted donuts, to be honest with you.
Never walk away unhappy or hungry.
Jaworski now lays it across. Here's Dandino getting it out of harm's way. Moves out to center ice, flips it up the right side. Wharton, little shovel pass to Mitchell over the line to Dandino, and a good poke check by Hammond. Hammond's got a couple of points in the game. Flips it up the left wing boards. And now Andrea cuts out in front with a shot. Oh, and that one almost sneaked in. But no, it isn't. Well, let's see.
Looks like the referee's waved it off. He says no goal. Hammond pleading his case with referee Andrew Kristoff. If we had video review, I think we'd be talking about that one.
I give him credit. He was in the right position, Kristoff. He was waving his arms back and forth. And I don't know if that was to wave off the goal or if there was a fly along the ice right near the goaltender.
We'll have to ask him about that after the game in the interview. Maybe put it on social media.
So we got a face-off, still a 3-3 tie with 12-12 to play here in the second period.
Team Red picking up right where they left off at the end of the first period. Tremendous one-timer off the face-off, I think, from Hammond there.
I think he caught everybody by surprise. Instead of knocking it back to the point, he just shot it to the front of the goal, and Zalabak had to be quick to make the save.
Almost caught him by surprise, but right out in good position there, Bob Zalabak to keep the puck in his chest after the face-off.
Hammond flips it out to the blue line, and now it's shoveled across. Olsen has it. Play was barely onside. Worked it down low into the corner. Turcotte watching. Puck out in front of the goal. A quick snapper wide of the target and along the near boards, winding it up. That's Darren McCarty.
Van Noonan with a great shot out front. Couldn't capitalize on the opportunity, and McCarty leads the break the other way.
Pass across to McLean, who has a goal, and that one just wide. And it comes out to center ice. Andrea has it. 3-3 tie, 11-17 to play second period here at Joe Louis Arena.
McCarty and McLean skating together again. They're known as the Mac line. Couldn't finish it off, but a great opportunity there in the opening minutes of the second period.
Van Uden has bent over. He has taken his position towards that far face-off circle. He hails from Prince Edward, Canada. Says his favorite movie is Ferris Bueller Day Off. Likes rock and roll music, and he would like to drink from the Stanley Cup one day.
Who wouldn't?
Well, we're fortunate here in Detroit. We've had the opportunity, Eric, you and I, to do that.
Ken, have you ever had a day with the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, a couple days.
What did you do with your day?
There's a save made by the goaltender, Zeiser. Actually had it in the backyard and invited 200 people. And I think before the day is done, word got out, and there were about 1,000 people that were in my driveway and out front. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I would imagine you were the most popular man in the St. Clair Shores area that day.
I had friends I didn't even know about. Game tied, 3-3, 10:49 to go. Anders Eriksson with a feed pass in front, broken up. Now it's played back to Olsen at the left point.
Olsen was calling for the puck at the point there.
Knocked it down low into the corner, feed pass in front. Here's Eriksson, he doesn't shoot. He had the opening, now got it to Marson with a shot, and the goaltender came up with a save, Scott Zeiser.
Not sure if the puck jumped on the stick of Anders Eriksson or he was just playing a special brand of unselfish hockey there, but he passed up the opportunity, sent it to Marson, who put it into the pads of our goaltender, Zeiser.
Zeiser does have a ritual when he gets dressed for a game. He always puts his right leg pad on first.
Now, if you do it every game, win or lose, does it count as a superstition or is it just a ritual?
I think it's just a habit, I would imagine. Of course, you always hope you win every game, right?
Absolutely, but if you don't, you can't change up your routine, I suppose.
Good game, 3-3 tie, 10:18 to play in the second period. Here's Pierce with a shot, he scores!
A sneaky little wrister stayed along the ice and finds the back of the net to give Team Red the 4-3 lead.
That's their first lead of the game. And second point of the game for Pierce. He has a goal and an assist. 10:15 remaining here in the second period.
Looks like the assists on the Team Red goal go to number 4, James Wharton, and number 19, Don Mitchell. Pierce from Wharton and Mitchell with 10:15 remaining in the second period.
Mentioned Mitchell hailing from Lincoln, Nebraska. He says he has a ritual. If he doesn't score in a game, he'll retape his stick.
The lost art of stick taping.
But he does have an assist in this one as he assisted on that last Phil Pierce goal.
If you end up as a plus player and you get an assist, do you retape your stick? I guess he said if he doesn't score, he has to.
Manny Legacy, the old Red Wing goaltender, used to tape his stick and then throw away the tape into the stands, and you couldn't pick it up. That's bad luck.
Goaltenders are a different breed, I
They
think.
certainly are. 4-3 Team Red. Comes back to Wharton with a little spin move. Got it down low to the side of the goal for Davis. Now left circle, Mitchell with a blast. He scores!
A solid clapper from the slot from number 19. I tell you, we're used to seeing number 19 light the lamp here at the Joe. It just happens to be a new one this time. Don Mitchell with a great goal. And the momentum continues for Team Red, now up 5-3.
Well, we were talking about him. If he doesn't score, he retapes his stick. Well, he doesn't have to retape it now because he's got a goal and an assist and a 2-goal lead for Team Red.
Assist to Turcotte and Wharton on the goal from Mitchell with 9:17 to go in the second period. Looks like we may have a goaltender change on both ends. We're at about the halfway point of the game. Would make sense as Zalabak heads over to the bench for Team Red and Zeiser to the bench for Team White. Well-deserved rest for those gentlemen. They've been working hard. A lot of rubber flying their way.
Galea, the new goaltender for Team Red, wearing uniform number 39, and Les Zeev, third camp. He is the goaltender wearing uniform number 60 for Team White.
I won't elaborate further, but it says his pregame ritual is a lengthy visit to the men's room before the game.
I don't know if he's going to the bathroom or if he's throwing up like Glenn Hall used to do.
I'll let you ask him that question post-game, Ken.
I think I'll pass. Here's Brooks out at center ice. Up across the line, Nicholson racing down the right side with a shot. And Zeev made the save deep in the goal crease.
Tested early, great positioning, and he got the blocker up there just in time.
Dinas flips the puck around the boards. McCarty, who's got that hat flipped around backwards, got it out to center to Dinas. He's got an opening down the left wing, busting in. McPhail trailing. Dinas moves in with a backhand, scores!
Beautiful setup, tape to tape from Darren McCarty to set up the captain, Chris Dinas, for his first goal of the game.
5-4 game now. Dinas in his fifth camp puts the backhand home. And the goal comes with 8:27 left here in the second period. It's 5-4 Team Red.
No secondary assist on the goal. Dinas from McCarty. 5-4 Team Red.
Nice tape-to-tape pass by Darren McCarty to Dinas. Here's McLean now busting through. She's trying to score. Pushes the puck ahead, but it rolls right to the goaltender. He knocked it away, and that was Galea. Hammond circles the net for Team White, trying to tie it up. Into the slot. Picott moves in with a shot. It's blocked. He gets his own rebound. Got the shot away, and Galea came up with a save.
A great heads-up pass from Hammond there as he kept his head Up looking for someone coming through the slot, and he did manage to find Gazinski. Pakat, the other number 16, for his opportunity to bang play.
Oh, here's Nicholson breaking up a pass at the blue line, cuts into the right face-off circle, goes wide, circles the net, moves away from Pakat into the corner. Tried to lay it out in front of the goal. Hammond knocked down a couple of those Team Red players with a forearm shiver. Nicholson was one, and Murphy the other. Pass out in front of the Team Red goal, turning with it, Anders Eriksson. Buying some time, worked it forward, it comes back to the line. Gazinski with a long shot, and it's gloved off by Galea, and he will hang on to the puck.
Hung on to the puck to get the freeze so his team could gather themselves and hop over the bench for a change, as will Team White. Eriksson and Dandino back on the ice for Team Red.
I mentioned Eric Leszeev. He hails from Hawaii, Kona, Hawaii, and I knew that he was from Hawaii before I even looked at the notes.
How so?
I walked in the locker room and walked past his hockey bag, and it smelled like pineapple and coconut oil.
Which is probably the best smelling hockey bag in the history of hockey bags, if it smelled like that.
So I knew he was from the tropics somewhere.
Brought some of the weather with him this time. It's been a wonderful 3 days of weather here in the Detroit area.
There's a long lead pass, busting in, that's Joint, and a penalty call is coming up. Joint was looking for the hat trick and trying to give Team Red a 2-goal lead.
Some discussion from the referees right now on whether they're going to award a 2-minute penalty or a penalty shot. The penalty shot has been awarded to Joint, and now he will go for the hat trick with clear, open ice going in on Leszeev.
Eric, what drama here at Joe Louis Arena.
You can hear a pin drop.
Final fantasy camp game, and we got a penalty shot, and here's Joint looking for the hat trick. Here he comes in on Zeev, makes his way out in front, almost stops, pulls the goaltender and scores for the hat trick.
Couple of dangles and one too many for Leszeev as he couldn't keep track of the puck, and a hat trick for Joint. Make it 6-4 Team Red.
Well, he's been dynamite here, Joint. That was a penalty shot goal with 6:55 left to play here in the second period, and a 2-goal lead for Team Red, 6-4.
You know, sometimes you say there's a good penalty you can take, and at first I thought that may have been one for Team White as Joint was all alone in on the fast break, but got the goal anyway.
Well, I thought this was going to be a low-scoring game, but we're halfway through the contest. 10 of total goals have been scored.
Mid-'80s Western Conference hockey here.
Puck rolled, Zeev on all fours, comes up with a save, and we've got a whistle and a face-off coming up in the Team White zone. 6-4, Red with the lead, 6:40 to play in the second period. Final game here at Joe Louis Arena, and I mentioned before, once they take the ice out here, that's it.
Little Caesars Arena right around the corner, the first preseason action. 5 or 6 weeks away here, Ken. We're getting close.
Yeah, I would imagine it's a thrill for these guys knowing that they're playing on the Joe Louis Arena ice one last time, and such history and tradition here at the Joe. And they're a part of it.
They've been a big part of it throughout the years as well, whether it's their first time at camp or they're here all 5 years in a row. A lot of special memories for these campers and, of course, the fans in attendance today as well.
Boy, Joint with a nice pass out in front of the goal, and it almost gave him another one.
Zeev caught a position a little bit there. Had they connected, it was a wide open net for Team Red.
Good looking crowd on hand. Here's Maltby bringing it back up across the line, past to Corey Dean, and Anders Eriksson stole the puck. Worked it up the right side to Van Uden. Cuts inside on Collins, carries over the line, 3-on-2. Pass towards the left corner for Turcotte, but too far in front of him.
Turcotte checked up. If he would have kept going, he had the puck on his tape right in front of the net.
Now Maltby breaking over the line, drops it back to the trailer. Here's Dermdock with the shot, and Moore fired it towards the front of the goal, knocked away by the netminder Galea.
Maltby found Bloom streaking in toward the net and decided to pass the puck to him, but Bloom couldn't finish it off.
Here's Olsen moving in. He fired the shot, taken down from behind by Gazinski. Shot it wide of the goal. Almost another penalty shot, perhaps.
Team Red looking for a call there, could not get one.
The ref might have put away the whistle. Pierce has it at the top of the right circle, turns, fires. That's blocked. And now it comes out to Maltby at center ice. Little feed pass ahead. Dermdock up across the line. Moore cuts inside. Bloom cuts inside. Drops it back to Maltby between the circles. Laid it back on the right point. Chinsky with a drive, and the save was made by Galea, and he hangs on to it in the blue paint area of the goal crease.
McPhail and Pierce held strong on the defensive end there. Maltby was trying to cut in, had an opportunity at the net, had to drop back instead, make the pass, and Gazinski couldn't finish it off.
Well, Bloom is from South Lyon, Michigan. He's a veterinary dermatologist. Enjoys bluegrass music and says he wants to go to Sweden one day.
Visit some famous Detroit Red Wings players and alumni from over the years. Mentions his favorite arena is Yost, something near and dear to your heart as well.
Yeah,
Ken.
Yost Ice Arena. Spent many days there. Nicholson drops it back, and it's intercepted. Bloom couldn't get it out. And now following up the Dinas. Cuts inside and now moves ahead.
McCarty's cherry picking by the blue line, waiting for a fast break, but they didn't have a head up, couldn't see him.
The Dinas with a shot, and Galea comes up with a glove save in the goal crease.
Just over 4 minutes left in the second period. 6-4 Team Red. The momentum carries over from the end of the first period. It's been all red here in the second.
Well, I know we mentioned Picat's name a couple of times. He hails from Marquette, Michigan. Slapshot's his favorite movie. He says his favorite arena in the NHL is the rink in Nashville. He says really loud and enjoys watching games from there. Bridgestone Arena.
Been there a couple times myself. In fact, I saw Nick Lidstrom's final game as a Detroit Red Wing there. And I got to tell you, they've really emerged as one of the greater hockey markets in America. They've got some tremendous support there. Of course, a good team on the ice, but I think some of the nightlife around the Nashville area is part of the reason they draw a good crowd.
One of the great stops on the NHL tour. Take it from me.
A couple of ginger ales on an off day there, Ken?
Absolutely. A couple of chances by McLean looking for his second goal of the game. Now McCarty moves in with a shot. It's loose in front and finally cleared away by Marson, but not out. Team White threatening, trying to get back into this game. Vague with a wrist shot, knocked away by Galea.
Look out here.
Now here's Nicholson down the right wing, one man back. Carries quickly over the line. Hard slap shot. Zeeb made the stick save. Brooks on the rebound, got the shot away, and Zeeb stopped him. Two chances for Team Red.
Might have another one here. And it would be offside, so they skate off. Team White takes control of the puck as they are looking for wholesale changes on Team Red.
The Dinas makes his way down the left side, works his way into the corner, slides it out in front for McLean, couldn't handle it, and now it's picked up and played by Wharton out to Mitchell at center, and he taps it. Frazier moves it out to center. Wharton intercepts, 3-on-2 back the other way. Good poke check by Frazier as the puck comes out to center ice. That's a good defensive play right there.
Great awareness. He knew he was outnumbered, so he had to poke it away. Couldn't drop back and let him come in any further into the zone.
Frazier's favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. Now he'll bring it ahead and skate out to center ice quickly over the Team Red blue line.
Escape the defensive zone.
It's a shot by Wood, and he fired it wide of the goal. He wasn't jailed on that one as the puck comes to the front of the goal and knocked away. Wood slides it out in front of wide open net, and Emerson scores. One goal game, 2:11 to play in the second. Red 6 and the White 5.
An absolute layup for number 33, Andre Emerson, and he does not miss his opportunity to get on the scoring line. 6-5 with 2:11 left in the second period of play.
Well, it's been a seesaw game at one point. White was winning 3-1. Red scored the next 4 goals to make it 5-3. And then back and forth we go. 11 total goals in the game. Emerson makes it a 1-goal affair.
Assists to Zach Wood and Rob Hammond on the goal from Emerson.
I think Hammond in his off time likes to play the organ.
Why is that?
You haven't heard of the Hammond organ?
I have not. You learn something new every day working with you, Ken.
It's old school. Denny McLean used to play that, the Hammond organ, as the puck is frozen off to the side of Zeeb. I didn't say play his own organ.
Family show here, Mr. Cal.
He does own one. We're going to have to get Brian to cut that out as the face-off comes up, circle to the right of the goal.
Stick around for Hockeytown After Dark with Ken Kal at a later time.
Hammond, he turns away. Worked it out in front and following up for Team White is Picard. Backhands it over the line to Hammond again. Right face-off circle. Fired it out in front. Rebound as the stick save was made from the goaltender, Galea.
4-on-2 the other way for Team Red.
Van Uden carries over the blue line. Pass across. Pierce into the slot. Drop pass. Pierce again. And a shot by Olsen. He scores!
Tape to tape to tape to tape. Olsen gets the layup to the back of the net. They had the judge moving all over the place. Couldn't rule on that one.
So with 1:15 left, the deck officer of a Great Lakes freighter, Olsen, scores. And the offense continues to flourish here in this fantasy camp game.
Officially Olsen from Pierce and Erickson on the goal with 1:15 left.
7-5. Olsen with that last goal for Team Red. 7 total goals here in the period. Fraser trying to make it 8. Moved it out in front. Here's a backhand try by Dermdock. And the save was made by Galea. Van Uden checked by Maltby. Olsen pinches in. Trying to help out, but now it's Maltby playing it around the boards. Up tap to Turcotte. Jaworski. Bloom falls down after blocking the shot. Gets up quickly, and the puck comes out to the center ice circle. Half a minute to go in the second period. 7-5 Team Red. Maltby charges over the line. Dermdock is spun around. Maltby picks it up for Team White, throws it out in front. Turcotte breaks it up, and now he marches out to center ice.
A look at the scoreboard clock, just under 20 seconds left. Still time for another rush here for Team Red.
Van Uden with time, tried to lay it out in front of the goal, broken up. Hammond, back to the line it comes, Turcotte, into the slot. And now Dean smacks that puck into the protective netting. And time will wind down as the puck comes out to center ice, and the second period comes to a close. Team Red scoring 5 times in that period, Eric, and they now lead Team White 7-5 with 1 period left to play.
Good up and down action for the middle 15 minutes, Ken. Team Red carrying the play. Let's see if Team White can adjust in time. 15 minutes of regulation left here in the final game ever at Joe Louis Arena.
McPhail, Pierce, Mitchell, Joint, and Olsen connecting for Team Red. Joint scored a hat trick on a penalty shot in that period. Dedinas and Emerson connecting for Team White. We'll be back with third period action in a moment from Joe Louis Arena. This is the 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp game. All right, Ken Kal and Eric Freine back here for third period action. It was a great period, Eric, for Team Red, scoring 5 times. They now have a 7-5 lead with 15 minutes to go.
The toughest lead in hockey, the 2-goal game. Let's see if they can hang on to it, Ken. 7-5. I don't think either team's done scoring here, unless there's some defensive adjustments made, but open ice hockey, it's exciting. It's what it's all about.
Zeeb, the goaltender for Team White. Galea for Team Red. Jaworski did not clear it out. It's held in by Maltby. Quick spin move at the right point. Moves away from Killer Brooks. Brooks after the puck will pick it up along the far boards and smack it out to the blue line.
The third period can really where conditioning comes into play. Let's see who's worked hard and who's played harder as the fantasy camp has gone on the last 3 days. They've all had fun, but let's see whose legs are still with them with the final 14 minutes and change.
Dedinas with a slap shot. Kick pad save made right there by Galea. Picard from the line, a screen shot over the crossbar, and you can hear the oohs and ahs. Maltby from the corner scores! Maltby just turned and fired to the goal mouth, and after a couple of shots by Team White, Maltby scores.
I think Picard buzzed the tower a little bit from the slot. I don't know if the goaltender was ready. He was still getting his wits about him there, Galea, but Maltby with a good rebound, redirect back in the net to make it 7-6. We're back down to 1 goal here. 14-14 left in regulation.
So another seesaw affair here, starting this third period. I think the fans here, they like that offensive outburst. They want to see a lot of goals. Here's Joint with 3. Trying to make his way in, lost the handle. Wood was knocked down in the circle by Brooks. They sparred each other. Now back the other way. Here's Dodinas on his backhand. Cuts hard to the front of the net. And a kick pad save made by Galea.
A lot of chatter between Wood and Brooks. I thought they were going to drop the mitts there for a second. They decided to let cooler heads prevail.
And I was thinking the same thing as the puck came down the ice to Dodinas.
Would have been a Donnie Brooks.
One of my all-time favorite wrestlers, Killer Tim Brooks. He was the master of the elbow smash. I thought maybe I'd see that one from Brooks. Here's McPhail moving in. Oh, and Zeev came out, made the save, and then he shot it right through the goal mouth.
Had the wide open net, and he put it right past the crease. A little bit of fortune there for Les Zeev as he was caught creeping out of position on the rebound.
Team Red looking for an answer here as Collins goes back after it. Play is worked up the right side and now back across the line. Emerson has it. Dandino stole the puck for Team Red, chips it forward. Nicholson makes his way down low, circles the net on Zeev, brings it into the high slot, throws it across for Dandino. Back to the blue line. Here's a drive. Zeev made the save as the shot was taken from the blue line by Jake Marson.
A great shot from Marson after the drop pass from Dandino. We've got a little bit of a scuffle in front of the crease here after Marson. Looks like Mitchell for Team Red and Pacat for Team White.
That's what happens when you get tired, you know. You start pushing and shoving and spend a little more energy.
A little more clutching and grabbing out there, and some players take exception to that. And
I can tell you, these guys, they're going to be tired tonight. They've skated hard all week long, and they're putting in a lot of effort here this afternoon. Kaczynski with a shot. He fired that one wide of the goal, low to the right post. Caitlin McLean stick handles, keeps it in, fires it in behind the goal. Mitchell in pursuit. Lets it go to Nicholson. Nicholson's been skating miles. Here he comes, 3-on-2 over the blue line. Cuts wide, moves into the right circle with Steen, fired the shot. Zeev came way out to knock it away. Mitchell with a chance and diving along the ice. Kaczynski trying to stop it. Boy, that net was wide open. Here's Eriksson, hanging on to the puck. Throws it into the corner. Nicholson with a feed pass for Dandino. Works his way in. A backhand try by McPhail wide of the right goal post.
Nifty backhand from McPhail. Couldn't connect on that one to give the Red a 2-goal advantage once again.
Nicholson threads the needle. Eriksson takes it in behind the goal. Swings it out in front. And it's broken up. Good defensive play by Hammond. He plays it off the boards and down the ice. Dandino falls down. Here's Hammond breaking in. He shoots. He scores! And that ties the game, 7-7.
A beauty. Dandino caught flat-footed, maybe showboating a little bit there. Took the lazy way out. Breaks his stick over the blue line in frustration.
He may have had a loose skate blade right there as he was making his way in over the line.
That's his story, and he's going to stick with it at least there, Ken.
Yep.
It's going to be Hammond unassisted on the goal, absolutely. Might as well give one to Dandino.
11:25 left. This game is tied 7-7.
Just when you think you got it figured out, I'm told from the official scores that there is an assist to Kirk Andrea. Dandino must not have been able to possess the puck long enough for the possession change.
Andrea's from Detroit, Michigan. Says Konstantinov is his favorite player. He also said that he wants to jump out of an airplane without a parachute one day, and I told him we can make that happen if you want.
You lost me at without a parachute. Jumping out of an airplane sounds exciting. Doing it without a parachute, not recommended.
He also says one day he wants to meet SpongeBob. Well, if we dump him out across the ocean, he might meet him.
You'd have to visit Les Zeev out in Hawaii because I believe SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the sea.
Maybe that's how his equipment bag got the pineapple flavor to it.
Full circle. It all comes together there, Ken.
Well, we got a barn burner here, 7-7, 10.5 to play in the third period. Eriksson, poke check by
Look out this
Maltby.
way.
And now Dean comes back. 2-on-1 over the line, long shot, and Galea came up with a pad save.
That's the sign of tired legs as you take a lazy clapper from the slot when you got a 2-on-1. Just want to dump it in and try to go for the rebound.
Haig slides it across the Maltby. 7-7 tie in the third. From the blue line, shot taken. That one blocked. Listy fired that one, and now it comes out to center ice. Listy's wearing that Mahavlich uniform. Of course, he played in Detroit. Frank Mahavlich wore 27. Back in the late 1960s, Frazier cuts inside. Steers it out in front of the goal, and Galea could not handle it. Dodinas turns and scores.
Good awareness from the captain, Dodinas. With the puck hanging out in front of the open net, decides to turn and fire. 8-7 on a semi-blind shot from Chris Dodinas.
And that's the lead for Team White. They led at one point 3-1, trailed 7-5, and now they've scored 3 straight goals here in the third period and have taken an 8-7 lead.
Dodinas' goal assisted by number 7, Steve Frazier, and number 4, Josh Vague, to make it 8-7. Just under 10 minutes left in regulation.
Well, I don't think we're done scoring in this game.
I don't think so.
Feel bad for the goaltenders. They're probably complaining there's no team defense out there.
Going to have a good save percentage, but still a bad goals against, it looks like.
Dodinas blows a tire right out in front of the White bench. Now back the other way, a quick snapshot by Brooks, and that one wide of the goal. Here's Nicholson. Puck taken away, Malpe has it in the corner. Make that McCarty. McCarty to Malpe. Team White loaded out there. Now with Dodinas and Vague 2-on-1 over the line. Will he pass or will he shoot? Dodinas passes it out in front, and Pierce coming back, knocked it away. Malpe chips the puck away from Pierce. Dodinas has it. Little shoulder fake on Pierce. Circles the net. Tried to feather it out in front. Losing his stick was Galea. Malpe to the blue line. Shot taken, redirected. Dodinas on the doorstep, pokes at it, knocked away by Brooks. Team White threatening again. They've scored 3 times here in the third period. Pass
Good
now
shift for Team White.
Here's McCarty with a chance. Rebound opportunity, and they score. Dodinas, I believe, fired it in.
Most likely Darren McCarty on an assist there. 2 goals from Chris Dodinas within a minute and a half of each other to make it a 2-goal Team White lead. Just over 8 minutes to go in regulation.
Well, they've really turned it on, Team White, here in the third period. 4 unanswered goals. Time winding down. You could just feel the momentum change here in the third period with Team White scoring.
Seems the ice has been tilted to the north end of the arena all night long.
That's what happens with old buildings. They kind of settle a little bit.
40 years young, the Joe Louis Arena.
Play is offside over the Team White blue line. 8:23 to go. Third period. Glad you're in tune to the 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp game from Joe Louis Arena, along with Eric Freine. I'm Ken Cal. Thanks for tuning in. Team Red makes their way in. Here's a chance by Pierce, and that's blocked by Gazinski. Emerson holds it in for Team White. We'll play it into the corner. Comes back to the line. Erickson could not hold it in at the left point. Now he backpedals his way into his own zone and lifted out the center. Wood broke it up. Erickson charges out the center with Davis and Mitchell. Erickson going coast to coast, cuts in, sends it into the slot, and falling down was Davis. Didn't get a hard shot away, and Team White comes back the other way.
I think a whistle from inside the spectator area threw Anders Eriksson off as he checked up when he heard the noise.
Here's Wood with a centering attempt and knocked away along the blue line by James Wharton. Now Gazinski with a shot, and coming up with a glove save was Galea.
Tried to go short side, but Galea not having any of it. The Toronto native makes a nice glove save.
Now Galea, the goaltender, says Bob Probert was his favorite Red Wing of all time, and one day he'd like to meet Snoop Dogg. Drop it like it's hot.
It'll be a high old time.
That's what he says when he makes the glove save. He says, drop it like it's hot.
You're up on all the slang, Ken.
7:31 to go, third period. 9-7 lead for White. Well, if you like goal scoring, this has been an entertaining game for you. If you're Jim Bedard, the coach of Team White, you're probably shaking your head with all the numbers up on the scoreboard.
Although I will say the goaltenders have both had strong performances, all 4 of them really here this afternoon. Like you said, Ken, not getting a lot of help on the team defense. So as a goaltender coach, Jim Bedard will appreciate that.
Here's Danino trying to send it out in front of the goal. Bedard played for the Washington Capitals back when they first came into the league, and I don't think they had a lot of team defense there. Here's a redirection, and they score! Team Red answering back to make it a 1-goal game. 9-8, Team White.
Great redirect from John Olsen right in front of the net. And a 1-goal game, just under 7 minutes to go.
6:50 remaining. And for Olson, his second goal of the contest. Well, he's going to have some stories, Olson, to tell his mates on the Great Lakes Freighter.
Says his goal is to play at Little Caesars Arena one day, and assuming they have this fantasy camp next year, I don't see why we can't make that happen for him.
No, really, this is his 4th camp. He said he missed the first one. Didn't know about it, but he's been here 4 straight years. He's got 2 goals in the game, John Olson.
The assist to McPhail and Dandino on the Olson goal.
Olson and Andrea going after the puck in the corner. Jaworski with a centering attempt. Now it comes off the far circle. Hammond will intercept. Dandino racing hard, trying to back check, and showing off his speed was Dandino. Now a quick shot from the left face-off circle taken by Frazier, and Galea came up with a save.
Not sure if he thought he was going back to get an icing there or what, but Dandino skated all the way back to the goal line, checked back up, and still was involved in the play. Great speed from number 11.
Well, when he came in as a youngster, an 18-year-old with the Red Wings, he started out as a forward, but then Scotty Bowman put him back there on the blue line. He actually played defense.
I'm as thrilled that he's a Detroit Red Wing as anybody, because when I happen to skate here at the Joe, he is one of the only players whose skates are big enough to fit me. So I've borrowed his skates on occasion.
I think his skates are size 14s or something like that.
As are mine.
He used to use his skates to keep the puck in from going out at the blue line.
Although nobody would mistake me for Dandino on the ice with that kind of speed.
Well, we got a whistle here as the puck was caught in McCarty's equipment.
There was a complaint about too many men, I think, from Darren McCarty, but they stopped the count. It looks like it's 5-on-5 hockey once again.
5:40 to play, third period, 9-8, Team White with the lead. I know these campers, they will enjoy a nice Labatt's on ice after the game. Puck is played all the way down the ice. Zeev will sweep it around the boards for McCarty. Time winding down, 5:15 to play. Here's Team White with the 1-goal lead. Andrea cuts inside, makes his way around Brooks, backhands it towards the front of the net, broken up.
Bit of a miscommunication there from Joint and Erickson as they were both looking at each other for the pass, and the puck was in front of them the whole time.
Here's Joint, 3 goals in the game with a wrist shot. That's off the glove of Zeev. Rebound off the end boards, he covers up, and we've got a whistle with 4:52 to play in regulation. Team White with a 1-goal lead, 9-8.
Good freeze of the puck there by goaltender Les Zeev. You can tell his teammates could use a change, and now wholesale changes for Team White. As we've got 5 back over the boards here with just under 5 minutes to go in what may be the final period of hockey, overtime permitting.
Vega's out there for Team White. He hails from St. Charles, Illinois. Ultrasonics engineer. Lidstrom is his favorite player. He likes the Philadelphia Flyer Arena where they play.
We won't hold that against him, Ken.
Vague makes his way in. Make that Wharton. Wharton stick handles, drops it off. Anders Eriksson pass right circle, and Davis misfired on it. Wharton with a shot. Rebound. Oh, that one looked like it was going in. Kaczynski, I believe, on the goal mouth, just knocked that clearing attempt away. That puck looked like it was going in.
That'll be in the highlight video using the GoPro camera he's wearing. Kaczynski with great awareness as he's the last line of defense to keep it a 1-goal game.
That would have tied up the hockey game for Team Red. Galea hangs on to the puck. Time becoming a factor. 1-goal game, 9-8 Team White, 4:08 to play.
The waning moments. Let's see if Team White can get that insurance goal as they have a face-off in the offensive end. Pierce jumps back over the boards for Team Red to try to play some D and maybe get the puck going the other way.
You would think Pierce would get off the ice and let some of the other campers play, but I guess he wants to go out and try and tie it up.
Everyone looking for that last goal on the ice here at Joe Louis Arena.
Oh, whistle. Unable to hang on, straddling the blue line was Mitchell.
Mitchell protests the offsides with referee Andrew Kristoff, but to no avail. Looks like a center ice or defensive zone faceoff.
Well, coming over and arguing the call is Pierce, and he's given Kristoff an earful. Kristoff was showing me his Snapchat sunglasses before the game.
Darren McCarty wore those on the ice as an ice shoveler during the final game at Joe Louis Arena.
Did he really?
He did, alongside Dino Cicerelli, Joe Kocher, Larry Murphy, and others.
It's pretty cool.
A lot of the old alumni legends come back for the final weekend at the Joe, April 8th and 9th. And nice to have some of them here as well during the true final event at the Joe, the Red Wings Fantasy Camp.
Team Red trying to tie it up here. Here's Dandino in the corner. Stick handling with it. Erickson is out there. Pass in front for Davis, standing on it. Erickson tried to chip it ahead to Pierce. Pierce goes into the corner, rifles it around the end boards. Dandino stick handling behind the net. Can Team Red tie it up here? Nice kick away by Dedinas to move it up the boards, and he himself will clear it all the way to Zeev, the goaltender, make that Galea. Galea flips it himself up to Erickson, turning with it. Calling for the puck, Dandino gets the feed quickly over the blue line. Little spin move, makes his way in behind the goal. Hanging on to the puck in front for Davis with a chance, he scores!
And a tying goal with just under 3 minutes to go. Dandino led the charge there. Davis bangs it home. That's going to be Davis from Dandino and Erickson. 2:52 left in regulation, and we are knotted up at 9s.
Well, you can throw out all the goals in this game with 2:52 remaining, Eric. It's like when you play touch football, the next goal will probably be the winner.
It sure looks that way.
I don't think we've ever had a shootout here in
Fantasy Camp, I don't think so. Maybe it's time for one.
I don't know what the rules are. If we go into an overtime, we'll have to check in with some of the officials here, whether or not they have an overtime and then a shootout, but we'll have to wait and see.
Wouldn't mind seeing some of these campers shootout moves, to be honest with you, Ken, as well as some of the Red Wings alumni here on hand.
Absolutely. It's been a good game. Who's going to score the final goal here at Joe Louis Arena? That'll be interesting. Dedinas. Not Emerson. Puck broken up. Van Houten down the left wing. 2-on-1 over the blue line. Van Houten left face-off circle has Turcotte. He fired the puck. And Zeev made the stick save.
Almost a no-looker there from Van Houten, but Zeev well aware of the puck. Makes a nice save to keep it tied up.
Icing is the call against Team White with 2:20 to go. Game tied 9-9.
Might be the time to use the timeout if you're Team White here after the icing. Just over 2 minutes left, but let's see if Coach Bedard is going to hold on to that timeout for the potential overtime period.
Well, Dedinas is ready for the face-off, and Team Red, a little bit late, Van Houten will take the draw against Dedinas. Kristoff dropping the puck. Puck goes into the corner. Turcotte lays it in the slot. McPhail with a shot, and Zeev came up with a save.
Sneaky power from McPhail on the point there as he skids it along the ice and almost puts it through the wickets of Les Zeev, but he's up for the task.
2 minutes to go. McCarty buying some time. Now makes his way down the left wing boards into the Team Red zone. McCarty into the left circle. Hanging onto the puck, laid it back to Turcotte. Moves in, a lot of traffic in front. Snapped the shot. McCarty with a chance, and it's knocked down right out in front of the goal. McCarty scores!
1:43 to go. Will Darren McCarty's goal be the final at Joe Louis Arena and hold up for a Team White win? Stick around. We will find out soon.
Well, before the game, McCarty was talking about, he says, I want to be the last player to score at Joe Louis Arena. And he snaps the 9-9 tie, and it's 10-9 in favor of Team White with 1:43 to go.
Caitlin McLean and Dedinas get the assists on the McCarty goal.
5 goals by Team White in this third period. They had a 9-7 lead. Team Red came back to tie at 9-9. Now McCarty's goal gives Team White the lead. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender for Team Red, Galea, to see when he's pulled for the extra attacker.
Looks over to the benches now. No sign yet from Team Red. Minute and a half is right around the time you want to start thinking about pulling the goalie in most cases, Ken.
Well, questionable call. I thought it was going to be icing, but they keep the play alive.
Waved off at the last moment, but Joint leads the charge back up the other way for Team Red.
Pass over the blue line. Jaworski, and the play is whistled down. Wow, that one
A late
offside.
offsides call from Kristoff. With a minute 6 to go, we're going to have a face-off.
I would imagine that goalie's got to be pulled here.
On the offsides, we'll see where they drop the puck. I don't know. You got to look at the benches, though. He's skating out a little bit to think about it. He's between the 2 face-off circles now. I think if Joint wins the face-off, you're going to see him head to the bench.
McPhail looks like he's ready to come on the ice. Minute to go. Let's see what happens. Up across the line, making his way in, Team White's Andrea. Now there goes the goaltender Galea for the extra attacker. Could Team Red tie it up? Here's a pass out in front of the goal. Broken up. And now it's tapped up the left side. Andrea did not clear it out. Dandino with a nice move, cuts in, right circle, into the slot for Joint. He fired the shot, knocked down out in front of the goal. And the rebound is cleared by Team White the length of the ice. Icing is the call with 37 seconds to go. And a 1-goal lead for Team White.
Never doubt a coach's judgment. Coach Bedard hangs on to that timeout. Now might be the time to use it as they ice the puck in their own zone. 37 ticks left on the clock. Clinging to a 1-goal lead is Team White.
Now when we resume action here, Zeev is looking to his left, and that's where the face-off is going to take place.
Timeout. Player coach McCarty calls a timeout. Team White going to think about it here with 37 seconds to go. We'll take a quick timeout as well, folks. Stick around. The final 37.1 seconds left here at Hockey Town.
Ken Kal, Eric Franny back with you at Joe Louis Arena. 10-9. That's our score. Team White with the lead. Goaltender's been pulled for Team Red. 35 seconds to go. Puck comes out to center ice from the face-off. A lot of noise on the benches. Here's Joint getting the feed from Erickson over the blue line. Backhands it out in front of the goal. Knocked down with a glove of Frazier. Team Red trying to apply the pressure. 19 seconds to go. Dandino circles the net. Zeev is down on both knees in the goal crease. A pass out in front. Erickson took a chop at it. It's off a stick into the corner. 10 seconds to go. Joint, not a Dandino. He scores! And Team Red has tied it up 10-10 on a Dandino goal with 6 seconds to go in regulation.
And a dandy goal it was. 6 seconds left. Team Red ties it up. 20 goals, and not one too soon. 10-10. It looks like we may be headed for sudden death overtime, courtesy of Matthew Dandino.
What a finish here at Joe Louis Arena. So with 6 seconds left, Dandino ties it up 10-10, and the goaltender pulled. What a finish.
Joint with the assist on the play. 3 goals, a couple of assists for Joint. He's kept things afloat for Team Red as it looks like we are headed up for sudden death overtime.
Joint fires it from center. There goes the horn. And regulation ends in a 10-10 tie. Well, they're going 5-on-5 here in overtime.
Decided to go full 10 on the ice. Let's see how long the overtime period will last.
Here's Volm moving in with a shot. He scores! 7 seconds in.
Little miscommunication. The referees are conferring. I think they say no goal.
Oh, man. It looked like Wharton won the game, and they're waving it off. No goal.
7 seconds into the overtime period, Team Red thought they had won it. After further review, we are getting a no-goal signal from referee Andrew Kristoff.
They want a replay. I have no replay. No replay.
For those watching at home, folks, we're getting a lot of chatter from the Red side. They think this game should be over, especially Anders Eriksson.
Toronto says no goal.
The official review from Toronto says no goal. The puck never crossed the line, or he had it frozen before it did.
Oh, Zeev with a save, trying to score. Brooks here in overtime.
Red team thinks justice will be served with another goal here as they keep the pressure on in their offensive zone.
Down low, a centering attempt. Brooks with a chance, and Zeev made another sprawling save in the goal crease. What action? Dedinas, we're in overtime, 4:20 to go. Trying to do it all himself. The captain of Team White makes his way in with a shot. It's blocked. Good block right there by McPhail. And now out to center ice, here's Joint. Cuts inside with a nice move, Andrea. Moves into the right circle on Frazier. Fired the shot, he scores! His 4th goal of the game. He scored on a penalty shot earlier, and he gets the game-winning goal here in overtime. 56 seconds in. Kevin Joint wins it for Team Red. The final score, Team Red 11 and Team White 10.
Only fitting as Joint was one of the players of the game all game long. Scores his 4th and final goal. The overtime winner shuts down the old Joe Louis Arena 11-10. The Red team emerges victorious here at the Fantasy Camp Championship game.
Joint was just smoking all game long, no doubt about it. He was high in this game, and he is high as a kite right now at that game-winning goal.
Lots of hugs and hand pounds over in the red side of the ice, but the traditional handshake line forms to show a job well done on both sides here for the 2017 Red Wings Fantasy Camp. And Ken, I got to say, it's been a pleasure watching these guys play for the last 45 minutes of hockey action.
Well, it was great working with you as always, Eric. We worked during the Red Wing games in close proximity, and great job today providing all the color for this game. And it's hard to believe that this is the last game ever at Joe Louis Arena.
The pleasure is always working with you, Ken. It's a little bittersweet to watch the ice here as the players go up and down shaking hands to know this will be the last time we see this ever at the old Joe Louis Arena.
And you know what? Kevin Joint can say for the rest of his life, into eternity, that he scored the last ever goal at Joe Louis Arena.
See if we can hook him up with a nice photo with Riley Shahan, the last official goal and an unofficial goal that will go down in the annals of Detroit Red Wings history.
So the 2017 Detroit Red Wings Fantasy Camp comes to a close, and an overtime goal with the 56-second mark by Kevin Joint, his fourth of the game, wins it for Team Red, and the final score, Team Red 11 and Team White 10. We say so long from Joe Louis Arena for the final time.